We're talking about tattered flags. Once Old Glory becomes too damaged, some just throw the flag away instead of retiring it properly. An Oklahoma veteran wants to change that. He compares these tattered flags to veterans who are suffering from PTSD. We are joined now by that veteran, Zach Brown, active Army 2001 to 2005, Special and Active Army Assignment 05 to 09, 773 combat missions in 32 different countries. First of all, thank you for joining us. More importantly, thank you for your service and everything you've done for us.
Thank you.
I want to get to the first question. You've traveled all over the country collecting these flags. We have a couple here, raising awareness about PTSD and those who suffer from it. You say the flag represents those who are battling really these invisible wounds. You can't see it. You know, it's not like an amputated leg or something like that.
I didn't roll in here in a wheelchair this morning. And without that, you know, we have all these veterans walking around us and living with these wounds that they're experiencing in combat with nobody knowing until it affects their family at home when they're at home alone. That's really what this whole thing is about, being the Tattered Flag Tour.
And tell me, what are you doing with these flags exactly? I was reading your website before you got here. Very interesting. People can bring them to you? Or
well, it started off as just an analogy that I was using to describe how PTSD not only affects our veterans, but our law enforcement and fire and EMS personnel. You know, people have been bringing me these flags. I'll be riding down the road. I'll see a flag. I'll go up and knock on the door and you know, just talk to them about, hey, there's a certain way you should take care of that flag. It's a symbol of our freedom. Here's how you take care of that flag. And then I'll ask them if I can take that flag, and I'll take it and get the story behind it. And then what I do is I put them in cases like this one here. And I'm giving them to families that have lost someone to PTSD, to suicide, or to combat. I'll give them to those families, and it'll come with the backstory, and it gives that family a new purpose, a new symbol for the person that they lost. But it also gives that flag a new meaning, just like our veterans, you know, who are symbols of freedom in this country. They become tattered and worn just through the elements, just like the flag does. And it gives me a chance to talk to them about how we can take care of our veterans once they come back and once we bring them down the flagpole.
What do you say to them? How can we take care of them? What is the biggest hurdle for someone suffering from PTSD? Access to care?
Well, it's not really access to care. You know, we have a lot of VA reform that we're working with. My organization has been asked to be the lobby front in Oklahoma specifically for PTSD, getting some of the laws changed for veterans and for law enforcement, you know, actually trying to get it to where it's workman's composition thing. So we are on the lobby front for that. You know, I try not to say that I want to change. I'm not trying to change the world here. I'm just trying to save one veteran, one fireman or police officer at a time. And it's going to take a little while, but I am making a lot of headway on it, especially with this Operation Tattered Flag, which I'm officially kicking the Operation Tattered Flag off today.
Oh, great.
I just got off the Tattered Flag Tour, 30 cities, 30 days, 7,000 miles on my Harley. We did a lot of stuff with Billy Lord, which you met at the Lone Survivor Foundation. But that's the main goal for me, is just, it's not really about the flag. I mean, I want to be able to talk to people and give them the recognition and the tools that they need to help these veterans back. Because if it could be just a text message at 5 o'clock in the morning, or at midnight, hey, how are you doing, buddy? You know, or a hug or a handshake. That's all it really needs, you know, because we're fighting a battle now on the home front, and it's in our head. And, you know, my big Twitter account, it's at Wounded Not Crazy, because we are wounded.
Wounded Not Crazy.
Wounded Not Crazy.
I love that.
Yeah, just a simple gesture can really change the day or the life of somebody. Back to those first responders you were just mentioning, this respect that you're talking about, not just for veterans, but for first responders, law enforcement, anybody who's really at the front lines for us, you know, protecting our cities, our states, our country. This is really for anybody.
That's right. You know, I want to encompass those because, like myself, I came out of the military and went straight into law enforcement. I was the chief of police here in Oklahoma for a couple of years, down in southern Oklahoma, and I made a huge impact, but it was just one step into another direction of where I didn't want to take care of my PTSD. I was working 14, 15 hours a day, couldn't sleep, I didn't get any help when I got home. Instead of the box I checked, I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to talk to the psychologist when I came home. Plus, you know, for us big macho guys, it's a sign of weakness when we come home. We just got through fighting in combat with our brothers and sisters, and we come home and now someone's telling us that we can't go into a job that we wanted to get into, or we're not the same as we were when we came back. And then our families are suffering because they don't understand what's going on with us. So I've built together a team of not only me, I've got some more combat veterans. I've got some more ex-law enforcement. Karen is my COO. She lost her husband to a motorcycle wreck a year ago. He was a combat veteran. She lived with his PTSD. So now I can encompass the wives and the children, because I can only tell them how their dad's doing or their mom's doing being a combat veteran.
Sure.
I can't tell them how to deal with that. Karen, that's where she can step in and help those people. Hey, what do I need to do to help my husband out with this?
Speaking of the first responders, do want to brag on you a little bit. He, when was responding to a scene, pulled a motorist out of a burning vehicle, sustaining injuries to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, such a selfless act from you there. Back to these flags. You say that they're some of them have been in the sun too much, weather, wind.
Well,
they've been through a lot. But
yeah.
you say, just like our veterans who have been through a lot, who maybe are tattered or wounded, still have a purpose.
That's exactly right. You know, when we put the flag up the flagpole, it's got one purpose, and that's to be a symbol of freedom. And we run it up the flagpole, and it does its job regardless.
Sure.
You know, you're supposed to take it down when the weather's bad, and you're supposed to take it down at night, unless you have a light displayed on it. It's a symbol of freedom. And just like that flag, you know, here in Oklahoma especially, the winds can get up to 50, 60 mile an hour on any given day. It's 100 degrees. It starts to wear on that flag and sitting in the wind, and when we go to bed at night, the flag's still up there flying, still doing its job, regardless if we're watching it every day or not. Well, just like that flag, our veterans, they get run up the flagpole, and they're bright and crisp when they come out of basic training. They're ready to go do a mission, and over time, we send them up the flagpole off to combat, and they're a symbol of freedom. Because you can't say United States without thinking of the flag or a soldier.
Right.
And what happens is you know, the blood and the guts and the wind and the sun and the heat and the desert and losing their brothers and their sisters and having to drag them off the battlefield, it starts to fade them a little bit on the inside. It starts to tatter them a little bit, just like the flag. Well, what happens when you find a tattered flag? Well, usually they run it down the flagpole, throw it over the shoulder, put a brand new flag up, throw it right back up, and then the tattered flag usually goes in the trash can somewhere or in an attic somewhere because they don't know what to do with it. Well, when our veterans come home after their job's done, we run them down the flagpole, and instead of giving them a new job or giving them a new purpose or teaching them how to go back to their families, we stick them in a VA somewhere, or we stick them with a bunch of medication.
Okay.
And they end up going in the closet themselves and not coming out. So that's what the whole tattered flag scenario is for me.
Yes.
You know, the flag is a representation. That's why I'm taking these flags. But it's really for me just a platform for me to talk to people about the veterans and how we can save those.